The moment the letter was delivered to me, I retired to my own room to read it, and so eager was my first perusal that I'm ashamed to own it gave me no sensation but of delight. Unsuspicious of any impropriety from Lord Orville, I perceived not immediately the impertinence it implied. I only marked the expressions of his own regard, and I was so much surprised that I was unable for some time to compose myself or read it again. I could only walk up and down the room, repeating to myself, "Good God, is it possible that I am loved then by Lord Orville?" But this dream was soon over. I awoke to far different feelings upon a second reading. I thought every word changed. It did not seem the same letter. I could not find one sentence that I could look at without blushing. My astonishment was extreme, and it was succeeded by the utmost indignation. If, as I am very ready to acknowledge, I erred in writing to Lord Orville, was it for him to punish the error? If he was offended, could he not have been silent? If he thought my letter ill-judged, could he not have pitied my ignorance, have considered my youth, and allowed for my inexperience? Oh, Maria, how I have been deceived in this man! Words have no power to tell of the high opinion I had of him. To that was owing the unfortunate solicitude which prompted my writing, a solicitude I must forever repent. Yet, perhaps I have rather reason to rejoice than to grieve, since this affair has shewn me his real disposition, and removed that partiality which, covering his imperfection, left only the virtues and good qualities exposed to view. Had the deception continued much longer, had my mind received any additional prejudice in his favor, who knows whither my mistaken ideas might have led me? Indeed, I fear I was in greater danger than I had apprehended, or can now think of without trembling. For if this weak heart of mine had been penetrated with too deep an impression of his heart, my peace and happiness had been lost forever. But Isabella became only more and more urgent, calling on her in the most affectionate manner. She was sure that her dearest, sweetest Catherine would not seriously refuse such a trifling request to a friend who loved her so dearly. She knew her beloved Catherine to have so feeling a heart, so sweet a temper, to be easily persuaded by those she loved. But all in vain. Catherine felt herself to be in the right, and though pained by such tender, such flattering supplications, could not allow it to influence her. Isabella then tried another method. She reproached her with having more affection for Miss Tilney, though she had known her for so little a while, than for her best and oldest friends, with being grown cold and indifferent, in short, towards herself. I cannot help being jealous, Catherine, when I see myself slighted for strangers. I who love you so excessively. When once my affections are placed, it is not in the power of anything to change them. But I believe my feelings are stronger than anybody's. I'm sure they're too strong for my own peace. And to see myself supplanted in your friendship by strangers does cut me to the quick, I own. These Tilneys seem to swallow up everything else.